Hello friends, welcome to Gyan Mandir channel. Let's come to discuss about how to assess the scholastic areas and how to assess the co-scholastic areas. First, we discuss about the assessment in scholastic areas. Scholastic areas include all those academic activities which are associated with various subjects. The term scholastic refers to those activities which are related to intellect or the brain. It is related to assessment of learners in curricular subjects. It includes assignments, projects, practicals, etc. Sometimes these activities are associated with objectives of cognitive domain, like it is expected that students have to achieve objectives of cognitive domain in specific subject areas. In order to understand the scholastic aspects, you have to focus on cognitive domain objectives as well as various subject areas specified at a particular level. You have to develop a kind of correlation between subject matter and level of subject objectives to ensure the development of students in scholastic areas. Let us first focus on those objectives of cognitive domain which are associated with scholastic aspects. Although it is difficult to exactly pinpoint the list of learning outcomes, we can classify them according to taxonomy of educational objectives. The following objectives in the cognitive domain have been identified by Bloom and his colleagues. First one is knowledge. It includes knowledge of specifies, universal and abstraction in a field. Second, comprehension. It focuses on translation, interpretation and extrapolation. Third, application. Application is the ability to use a theory, a principle or method to solve a problem involving a new or unfamiliar situation. Fourth one is analysis. Analysis of elements like identifying assumptions and logical fallacies. Relationship and organizational principles. Fifth, synthesize. It emphasizes production of a unique communication, production of a plan or a set of operation and derivation of a set of abstract relations. Sixth point, evaluation. Judgment in terms of internal criteria as well as in terms of external criteria is known as evaluation. During 1990, Anderson revised this taxonomy with a view of examining the relevance of the taxonomy of educational objectives developed by Bloom and his colleagues. A detailed form of Anderson's revised taxonomy of educational objectives and its broad categories and subcategories is presented in this table. In order to achieve these objectives, being a teacher, you have to ensure that students participate in various activities associated with various subject areas. The major subject areas associated with scholastic domain are shown in this figure. The abilities of scholastic domain enforce the learning progress of students, mental development, attitudes, aptitude, self-concept and creativity, etc. Let's come to discuss about the assessment of co-scholastic areas. Assessment in co-scholastic areas. As already stated in the beginning of the unit, that under CCE we need to look at the holistic assessment of our students, which also includes assessment in co-scholastic areas such as life skills, attitudes and values, sports and games, as well as other co-curricular activities. The CCE is an effort to address all these aspects in a holistic manner. A number of national committees and commissions in the past have consistently made recommendations regarding reducing emphasis on external examination and encouraging internal assessment through school-based continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Therefore, the CCE brings about a paradigm shift from examination to effective pedagogy. National Curriculum Framework 2005, while proposing examination reform, has also stated, indeed, boards should consider as a long-term measure making the Class X examination optional, thus permitting students continuing in the same school and who do not need a board certificate to take an internal school exam inside. This is a figure of aspects of co-scholastic areas. The CCE is an effective tool to enhance the quality of teaching learning process in the school. The emphasis is now on ensuring that every child acquires not only the knowledge and skills but also the ability to use these competencies in real life situations. Various co-scholastic aspects are life skills, attitudes, human values, co-curricular activities and aesthetic, visual and performing arts, etc. Let us discuss them in detail. First one is life skills. In order to prepare children for the social life, you have to develop life skills in them. This will enable them to manifest their inner potential with confidence and competency and face the challenges of life. WHO has defined life skill as life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. The effective and appropriate utilization of life skills can influence the way one feels about oneself and others and can enhance one's productivity, self-esteem and self-confidence. Adaptive means that a person is flexible in approach and is able to adjust to different circumstances. Positive behavior implies that a person is forward-looking and finds a ray of hope, solution and opportunities even in difficult situations. In particular, life skills are a group of psychosocial competencies and interpersonal skills that help people think critically, creatively, make informed decisions, solve problems, and communicate effectively, build healthy relationships, and cope with stress and emotions and manage their lives in a healthy and productive manner. Types of life skills. UNICEF, UNESCO, and WHO list 10 core life skills which are problem solving, critical thinking, effective communication skills, decision making, creative thinking, interpersonal relationship skills, self awareness building skills, empathy, and coping with stress and emotion. These 10 skills are further classified under three more groups, namely thinking skills, emotional skills, and social skill, as shown in this table. Core of life skills. Took a outlook on this table. These skills are defined very effectively in the CCE Handbook for Teachers published by the Central Board of Secondary Education CBSE 2010. As per the handbook, essential life skills to be developed in students are self-awareness, empathy, critical thinking, creative thinking, decision making, problem solving, interpersonal relationship skills, effective communication, coping with stress, coping with emotions. Let's discuss about how to assess these life skills. Assessment for life skills. First one is individual assessment. It focuses on assessment of an activity or task performed by any students. Second one is group assessment. It focuses on the learning and progress of a group of children working on a task together with the objective of completing it. Third one is self-assessment. It refers to the child's own assessment of her or his learning and progress in knowledge, skills, processes, interests, attitudes, etc. Then fourth one is peer assessment. It refers to one child assessing other children. This can be conducted in pairs or in a groups. Next life skill is attitude. Students' attitudes and behavior plays an important role in improving their academic achievement as well as shaping their outlook towards the rest of the world. In school setting, you have to ensure the development and assessment of students' attitudes towards teachers, peers, and activities and programs of schools and whole school environment. This is a diagram of assessment of attitude in school setting. In school setting, efforts can be made to develop the positive attitudes of students towards teachers, schoolmates or classmates, studies, school programs, school environment, and school assets. We can assess students' attitudes towards many other aspects also. Assessment of attitude. There are various techniques which can be used to assess the attitude among students. Some of them are self-report inventories or attitude scales, survey, interview, the biographical and essay methods, projective tests, error choice techniques, indirect observation, etc. The next life skill is human values. A value is a belief which guides a person's actions and behaviors. Human values refers to spiritual, ethical, and moral values. These values form basis for our thoughts, action, skills, and behavior. They ultimately contribute to formation of a good character and make us a good human being. In continuous comprehensive evaluation, assessment of these values is the important part of co-scholastic aspects. There is need to identify the descriptors for assessing these values among students. Some of them are: understands the need for rules and follows them, be honest and ethical, has self-respect, is polite to everyone, exhibits leadership and respects diversity, like culture, opinions, beliefs and abilities, this type of diversities. Then respects the opposite sex, shows kind, helpful and responsible behavior and attitude, displays commitment and an open mind, works efficiently, respects time, displays a positive attitude towards peers, adults and community, seeks and provides solutions, is a responsible member of the community, displays spirit of citizenship, is conscious of his or her responsibility towards the community, especially the unprivileged members, is peace-loving, strives for conflict management in all stressful situations, and has ability to find happiness within oneself. Next life skill is co-curricular activities. Today's school is giving attention to a child's health, hygiene, sanitation and safety. In addition, recreational games and activities are being increasingly and intelligently designed and promoted for the purpose of wholesome physical development, good citizenship, character education and manners, the development of worthy emotions and feelings, heightened inspirations and wholesome aspirations are also provided in schools. Out of the school or classroom activities are equally as important as those inside classroom, as they support curricular activities. In simpler words, we can say that the true aims of education can be fully realized by introducing co-curricular activities at every stage of education. All this is possible only through students' participation in co-curricular activities. Hence, the need for co-curricular activities is increasingly felt in schools. They are an integral part of activities of a school, and therefore their proper organization needs much care and thought. Co-curricular activities can generally be classified into 5 categories. First one is literary activities, second one is physical development activities, third one is civics development activities, fourth one is social welfare activities, and last one, fifth one is excursion activities. Being a teacher, you can use as many activities as you can within provided framework and timetable. Care should be taken that selection of activities should be based on their utility in your subject as well as the ability of students. You must motivate your students to take part in them and ensure that each of the students from your class participates in various activities as per his or her interest and abilities. Last life skill is aesthetic activities, performing and visual arts. Co-curricular activities also include aesthetic activities, performing and visual arts. A number of activities like music, vocal, instrumental, dance, drama, craft, sculpture, puppetry, folk art forms can be organized to develop aesthetic sense among students. In order to achieve this objective, a teacher has to ensure that every student participates actively in activities that involves arts at school, inter-school, state, national, international levels. Teacher has to ensure that students are members of the school council and help organize events in the school. Let's come to give a outlook upon tools for assessing student performance in scholastic area. What are the tools and techniques through which we assess the students' scholastic performance? This is a diagram through which we can betterly know about assessment tools for scholastic performance. For formative assessment, the tools are questions, observation, interview schedule, checklist, rating scales, anecdotal records, document analysis, tests and inventories, and portfolio analysis. For formative assessments, techniques are examination, assignments, quizzes, collections, projects, debates, elocution, group discussion, club activities, demonstration. For summative assessment, what are the tools and techniques? First one is objective type test, short answer type test, and long answer type test. Then comes to give a outlook upon tools for assessing co-scholastic aspects. In previous section, we have discussed about various tools and techniques which you can use for assessing scholastic aspect of learners' achievement. There are various tools and techniques which can be used for assessing co-scholastic aspects. Through this figure, you can have a complete idea about the tools for assessing co-scholastic aspects. These are observation schedules, rating scales, inventories, anecdotal records, sociograms, interview, portfolio, e-portfolio, document analysis, running records, time samples, event samples, photographs and audio video. If you want the PDF of this discussion, join my Telegram channel whose name is Gyan Mandir. If you have any doubt about this topic, you can ask me in comment section. If you like this session, then subscribe the channel for get update of new videos and share with your friends, through which all are benefited from this class. Thank you.